Hey there, welcome back to The Hot Slice with Pizza Today. And I am your host, Denise Greer, executive editor here at Pizza Today. And I'm rocking solo today because I'm bringing you a very interesting podcast today. So I actually had an interview for an online story with George Gilliam from Uncle G's Pizza in Birmingham, Alabama. And we had such a great chat all around. He had reached out to me because he wanted to tell other operators how he rebounded his slow days. And that conversation kind of evolved, and we talked about a lot of other things on the call, including AI and marketing, and just in general, how the restaurant industry is going. And I really wanted to share that with y'all because I think it's a great conversation to bring onto the podcast. So I talked to George and I said, "Hey, let's make this a podcast too." So you're definitely going to want to listen to his conversation. Before we jump right in, I will tell you that we have announced our Pizzeria of the Year. So if you go to pizzatoday.com, you can check out who won this year's honor. Also, next week, be looking in your inbox for our yearly all operator survey. And I've really honed it in this year. I've made it a little shorter, but it's really that vital information that we need from you so that we can kind of gauge what's happening in the pizzeria industry as well as trends that we see coming forward. Y'all lead that for us. So I look forward to seeing those survey results. So let's just jump right into our conversation with George, and you can hear all of his ideas.
Are you ready to elevate your bakeware game? Spokane, Washington-based Lloyd Pans is the trusted name for professionals and home chefs alike. For over 40 years, Lloyd Pans has been creating innovative food service, bakeware, and pizza pans and tools designed to deliver perfect results every time. Whether it's crispy golden pizza crusts or perfectly baked pastries, Lloyd Pans' durable, stick-resistant, and proprietary pan finishes are a game changer. Visit lloydpans.com to explore our full lineup and find your perfect pan today. Need shipping quotes or custom products? Email sales@lloydpans.com for personalized service. Performance Food Service is proud to deliver high-quality products, innovative technology, and custom operational solutions to restaurants of all sizes across the country. The flagship division of Performance Food Group, with deep roots in the restaurant industry, Performance Food Service has been the exclusive distributor of the Roma family of brands for more than 65 years. This signature relationship has allowed Performance Food Service to become a leader in the pizza and Italian segment of food service nationwide.
All right, George. So you reached out to me about what you have going to try to, get those slowest days, rolling. So can you tell me a little bit about kind of what you've set into place and what kind of impact that's had on your restaurant?
Yeah, we started in the pandemic as a food truck, and um, we got our bearings in the food in the pizza world that way, having almost no experience in
Hmm.
food service before. I actually started making pizza in my house and selling it like on Instagram during the pandemic,
Yeah.
and it
Tis
turned
the way with the COVID-19 pandemic. I feel like there's so many
yeah, there's so
origin
many.
stories are starting that way. It's awesome.
I know. It's like a different type of third wave, like a pandemic wave of people coming through.
Hmm.
Um, but so we started as food trucks, and um, the thing about the food truck world is that with food trucks, you just go wherever the people already are because you're typically
Hmm.
going to events and
Yeah.
parties and stuff like that, private bookings.
Hmm.
So our first 3 years as a company were kind of like just in that world, and we didn't really have to think about marketing at all,
Yeah.
which was a great privilege, for those first few years. And
Right.
it
You have
allowed
your built-in sales. You know how much you're going to make each day when you do those events, right?
Yeah, and we're like turning customers on to us and getting brand awareness. So it really was like an ideal situation. And I understand why a lot of operators like decide to just do the food truck or
Hmm.
whatever. The overhead is a lot lower. Um, Having said that, there's a lot of um, with great risk comes great reward kind of
Yeah.
thing. So with the brick and mortar, we wanted to be our own commissary for the food truck, and we had other kind of growth oriented goals in mind. So opened up the restaurant last year in 2024 in March, and pretty much immediately found out how important marketing, but also just like having a sort of like a having a developing a program
Yeah.
for the restaurant was really important, because we were like, oh, we need to make it so that people have a reason to come to us every day,
Yeah.
each day out of the week, instead of just going where the people already are. So with all of this like marketing in mind, I realized that we have like the weekends are not a problem at all
Yeah.
sales wise,
Yeah.
and the problems were how out of control our labor was getting on those slower nights.
Yeah, because there's a minimum number of staff you've got to keep, like just to run this ship, just to maintain basic operations, right?
It can only go so lean
Hmm.
in your operations, and and then it starts to affect um, customer service and all these other kinds of things. So we realized, and this is the problem that so many independent pizzeria owners have nowadays, is how to get people in the door, how to make people care about you, how to raise revenue on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, even Thursdays,
Hmm.
even Sundays.
Yeah.
Uh, because Fridays and Saturdays are kind of just a shoe in for us.
Yeah.
So
It's just,
yeah, so what I did was I just started with our slowest night, which was Wednesday. Wednesday was just always historically a problem night for us, and we would always, even with the food trucks, Wednesdays were tough. So I first wanted to crack Wednesdays, and I just came out the gate with a like a buy one get one half off deal, and it
yeah.
just wasn't quite enough to get people to really care.
Yeah.
So I wanted to up the ante, so I did just a straight up BOGO deal on our
Mhm.
Detroit style pies. Um, 2 for 1, buy one get one free, and it started to gain traction, and we started to see um, our revenue go way up. Obviously with that, we also our discount
Yeah.
went way up. But the trade-off was that we were getting enough revenue to get us to our revenue goal on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Um, and then we were starting to exceed it. So then I started to look at other days of the week, and decided that it would be a good idea to just build sort of a program um, on which customers can feel like they're getting a really good, unique deal from us pretty much every day of the week. So
Yeah.
there's always, they can wake up and there's always going to be a deal at Uncle G's Pizza. Um, and then the other part of it too is that we sell a premium pizza product,
Yeah.
like so many other independent pizzerias, and we're up against the Domino's, the Pizza Hut,
Yeah.
even Marco's, like the bigger but smaller chains, have a lot of resources that we don't. So we are up against those guys, and I just started kind of knocking out the days of the week systematically and trying to get to our different revenue goals.
Okay.
Um, so after Wednesday, I took Tuesday and did $1 appetizers on Tuesdays.
Yeah. Was
So
that
with
any appetizer, or did you limit it to a certain high profit, high food cost or low food cost, high profit margin items, or did you just let it be unlimited?
I let it be unlimited, partially because we have a smallish menu.
Okay.
It's pretty easy to control it. Um,
Hmm.
and our our pricing, like I priced our menu out so that it would work for all of
Yeah.
these. Um, but I just said like we have like 6 appetizers, I think. So with a whole pie purchase, you get one free appetizer. And with that, it was sort of a similar thing. Like it takes time, and it takes really consistent messaging to get a new thing out to people,
Yeah.
and to make people understand it and have it be part of their routine. So just really consistent Instagram and social media messaging every time we rolled one of these days out. Do you want me to just keep going down the list of each day, or how do you
Yeah,
want?
no, I'm totally engaged. Like
I'm worried I'm talking too
I
much.
like the you giving me the details on how you're doing this. And I'm really curious about the buffet you have going on Thursdays because you know what we've seen with buffets and the fact that you've done a selective buffet. I'm very eager to learn about that too.
Well, what have you seen? Because I don't really know what's going on.
Well, we know that buffets have taken a huge nosedive, like especially, well, even pre even pre-COVID, people were removing buffets just because they're hard to maintain, honestly. A lot of people were removing them just because of maintenance and just being able to get the ROI on buffets. But when COVID hit, then you added another element with, people being afraid of other people touching food, being near food. And, even if there's plexiglass in between, they were just still nervous. But what I can tell you is I have seen a couple pizzerias bring them back on a very small level, or on a if they're doing it, they're doing a smaller buffet, or they're doing like you're doing and doing specific times to roll out a buffet. So yeah, so that's what I'm learning. So I'm interested in your firsthand experience with doing a buffet and how it's working because I know you said you're in a former Cece's
Yeah.
pizza, so you kind of had the equipment right there, right?
Yeah, yeah. And it's I won't go into all the details because it's been a somewhat of a saga, like our just into CC's, and we moved out the all the we were like, we're not going to do a buffet. We moved all the buffet stuff out. I actually sold all of their buffet equipment because they
Oh
left it
wow.
all.
Yeah.
Um, and then I had to buy it back because we decided after a few months that we would be crazy not to,
Yeah.
because we had people coming in, we still do pretty much
Yeah.
every day, asking us where the buffet is. And just because we're in the building that Cece's used to
Yeah.
be, it's like
Creatures of habit. It's like they
muscle
went
memory.
into
Yeah,
that commercial center. They're like, this is where I have pizza buffet. This is where
yeah.
I do
This is the
it.
buffet place. I just walked in, and where is it? So there's been some of that, and so we decided we would try to capture those sales, and reinstate the buffet, but only on Thursdays, because
Yeah.
Thursday is the next big slow night that I wanted to tackle.
Yeah.
Uh, I say night, but really it's the whole day.
Yeah.
I and in the midst of all this, we're trying to drum up lunch business, we're trying to drum up catering business, all the same stuff everybody else is doing,
Hmm.
to try to keep profit margins alive. But the buffet has always been somewhat of like a little bit of a dream of mine. Like I've always wanted to own a pizza place that had pinball machines and a pizza buffet. It's just always
Oh
been
yeah.
a
That's from
little
your childhood, isn't
from my
it? I
childhood. Yeah,
know. Yeah.
yeah.
I feel you.
So I it made a lot of sense to give it a try, and that's such a fun thing and makes people so happy.
Yeah.
So we decided to start it on Thursdays, but do it for lunch hours with a break before dinner.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That way you're not having any food. You're not having as much food waste if it's not sitting idle.
Yeah, it's definitely the food waste. We can shut it down and kind of reset everything, clean it. It's just good sort of like for morale, I think. Um,
Hmm.
and again, like nobody wants to throw away 18 pizzas because nobody came in the
Yeah.
2, 3 o'clock hour. Um, so yeah, we do the buffet from 11 to 2 and then 5 to 8. So
Yeah.
lunch and dinner. And we priced it really pretty aggressively. Like if I
Hmm.
was going based off of like my normal menu food cost and the way that I normally price a menu out,
Yeah.
I would probably needed to price it in like the $20 per person range,
Hmm.
which is probably where about most like all you can eat buffets
Yeah,
are.
I feel like they're like 19.99 or 21.99
Right,
around that.
in
Yeah.
that sort of range. And I opened it in that range. I think it was in like the 17-ish dollar
Hmm.
range. Um, and we were getting people coming, but it wasn't blowing up in the
Yeah.
at the rate that I wanted it to. So we notched it down a couple more bucks. And
Yeah.
um, it's like a 14.99 entry,
Yeah.
includes a drink. Kids 12 and under are 11.99.
Yeah. It's that
And we're
thing
still
about being under the 15 mark, right? Because
right.
right now, even fast casual, it's tough to get anything under the 15 mark. It's tough to get anything under the 15 mark almost when you go fast food route.
Right. And so the thing that we're trying to do essentially is delicately balance this like we are marketing and selling a premium product
Yeah.
with we're trying to get as much revenue as we
Hmm.
can, steal these,
Yep.
$12 pizza Domino's customers and convert them to $20 pizza
Yes.
Use customers.
Yeah.
Or even just not even going after the Domino's customers at all and
Yeah.
trying to just focus on the people that are willing to pay $20 for a premium pizza.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, all of that is to say, getting in at that sub $15 price point, like you said, I think has tipped the scales for us a little bit. Did that maybe 6 weeks ago, so we're still kind of
Yeah.
allowing data to
Testing.
do this thing. Yeah, but I think it's going well. The buffet days are really fun, and it's a good way for people to like our customers to try things that they wouldn't ordinarily
Hmm.
like, order. They don't want to, make the commitment to a full uh,
Yeah.
Buffalo Ranch pizza, but they can
Yeah.
get a slice and try it.
Do you
Um,
put your full pizza menu on the buffet or do you limit it to certain pizzas? Are there any that you just won't put on because the food cost is just not there for a buffet?
yeah, we don't do like the really specialty stuff
Yeah.
like gluten free or like
Yeah.
dairy free cheese, stuff like that,
Hmm.
that maybe we'll only sell one or two of in a day. Um,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really make sense for us to put those items out. But we tried to do the rest of the menu.
Hmm.
And there's some little like buffet tricks that like, we try to put the bready stuff up at the front to
Yeah.
get people to kind of fill up on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not sinking as much into our cheese and that kind of thing. But it's going well, and I think that um, with the sort of death of the buffet, there's the people like us that are sort of trying to bring it back just in a small way are
Yeah.
maybe getting a little bit of a win out of that, just because
Hmm.
it's kind of like this. I don't know. It's like this thing that people don't want to see die. So
Yeah. And I think all of us remember those old, I won't mention the previous number one pizza chain that had the buffets forever.
yeah,
But I think there is a nostalgic element to a buffet and the fact that economically right now, when you're talking about a time when grocery costs are so high, like for me, sometimes it's easier for me to eat out than to buy groceries. So, and I think there are several people in that position where it's easier to eat out than to buy groceries. So maybe you can kind of be able to capture that as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's it's a tough time economically for everyone, and it's especially, I think, a challenging time for independent pizzeria owners, because we're having to, like I said, balance this. Like we have a premium product, and it should be priced as such,
Hmm.
but we also everybody's looking for deals, and
Yeah,
everybody is looking for ways to save money. And
absolutely.
I don't want to exclude anybody from our pizza just because it's like in a certain price point.
Hmm.
So at least on Wednesdays, you can get two Detroit style pizzas for the price of one from us.
Yeah.
Little opportunities to kind of game the system. So
For sure. Can we drill down into the numbers a little bit? Because you kind of shared a little bit about numbers with me in an email of how these days really has impacted your sales numbers,
yeah,
and then what that's done to your overall costs versus profits.
yeah. So I'll the I'll go through it on sort of like a day of the week basis because
Okay,
that's how I think of
that's
it.
yeah, exactly.
But we can uh we can start with Sunday. So Sunday, we have it's like a build your own New York style deal.
Hmm.
And I would say that Sundays before that deal, we were doing like maybe averaging 1,200 in sales in the restaurant.
Hmm.
And I think now we're averaging around 1,800 to 2,000 with that
Oh,
deal.
okay.
Um, Mondays are 20% off Detroit style specialty pies. And those are still a little bit of a challenge, but we actually added trivia also to those nights
Oh, nice.
as a bit of like sort of building this programming, this repeating weekly programming that people can build into their
Yeah.
routines.
Is this just general trivia? Or are you doing special trivia? Like I go to Parks and Rec trivia because I
Oh, nice.
really know Parks and Rec, so it's really funny.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm actually like rewatching Parks and Rec right now.
Oh,
It's
nice.
so good. But no, it's I think it's just general trivia. I think that the company that we just had our first one yesterday.
Oh, okay, cool.
Um, but it was a great night for us. I mean, we were really excited about the sales. And I mean, trivia had like an okay turnout, but our
Mhm.
sales were where they needed to be.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I think it's just general trivia. I think maybe the company
Okay.
will do random nights like a Harry Potter night.
Does now you sell beer and
We do.
liquor, right?
Not liquor,
No,
beer.
just beer and wine. Okay. Has that, since you did that one, did you see a bump in the beverage numbers?
Yeah, and that the trivia host guy was like wanted to make sure that we sell beer because
Yeah,
like, it's a very important component of this experience. So yeah,
that's
no,
good.
beer sales definitely were up, especially for a Monday.
Hmm. That's good.
Um, Tuesday is the I think it was $1 appetizers. Now we're doing 90% off appetizers. Um,
Hmm.
Tuesdays also still a challenge.
Yeah.
But in addition to the trivia on Mondays, we're doing something new, this thing called Singo. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's like musical bingo.
Okay.
We're doing that on Tuesdays. The same company that brings the host in on Monday for trivia is doing the Tuesday Singo.
Okay. That sounds fun.
So we'll see how sales are. I mean, I would say just from the deal itself, before we were on Tuesdays, we were lucky to break 1,000 in
Hmm.
sales, and then now I think we're in like the 1,300 to 1,400 sort of range, but we're hoping to get up closer to that 2,000 revenue mark with the Singo edition.
Yeah.
Um, because we got up pretty close with trivia last night.
Yeah.
Um, so hoping to build Tuesday up in the same way. Wednesday was the BOGO pan pies, and then that's just completely taken off. I mean, that's kind of like people sort of know us because of that deal
Yeah.
now.
And you're also getting people to try a Detroit style because, you're kind of known for New York, right? Like that's what you're kind
We're
of.
kind of no, it's we're kind of known for Detroit style.
Oh, really?
We
Okay.
added the New York last year,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
but so we actually we had the BOGO deal before we even were offering New Yorks,
Hmm.
and I thought about having lumping New York styles in with that, but I think it would just be too much stress on our kitchen right
Yeah.
now. Maybe
Yeah.
when we grow a little bit more, we can think
Yeah.
about
Well, then, and Detroit's can be a simpler process. I don't know if you're par baking, but if you are, you're able to just par bake it up and just prep those for that big BOGO day.
yeah, it's great because like there's no like tossing dough with Detroit. There's
Hmm.
no like
Yeah.
stretching and handling it. It's a way lower skill.
Yeah.
Oh, so so yeah, it's nice. Wednesdays are high volume but pretty low stress.
Yeah, I'd say
Pumping them out. So
that's
it's a good
awesome. What was I going to ask you? Um, you know, how are you marketing these opportunities? Like, are you doing any geo area ads, or are you doing any mailers? Like, how are you letting the neighborhoods know what you have going? And kind of how does that tie into where you're located? Are you in neighborhoods, or are you in kind of an industrial area or a commercial center? Like, kind of where are you at?
that's important. So the we're in a very suburban area. We're in
Okay.
sort of like a shopping plaza, little
Hmm.
strip mall kind of thing.
Okay.
And we are an out parcel and we're next to a Jersey Mike's and a vape shop and a
Nice.
Chinese restaurant. So it's just a great classic like strip mall pizzeria setup.
Yeah.
But we are not 100% visible from the main road. So
Okay.
like the location itself is great. We're in pretty um a pretty like economically developed area with a high median income,
Yeah.
but we're like only visible when you're traveling north on the highway, not south.
Hmm.
So we it's been a struggle. It's been a real
Yeah.
uphill battle for us because we just don't have like foot traffic really, just like naturally built in. Um, so it's required a lot of marketing efforts, but
Yeah.
we are trying to spend as little on marketing as possible and just do as much
Okay.
guerrilla grassroots as we
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. Your social is very strong. So
Oh,
I've
thank you.
definitely noticed that.
Thanks. We the biggest thing I think with the location is just like the consistency and just us
Hmm.
posting that we're there.
Yeah.
Um, and we still get people coming in after being open for almost a year and a half that say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I had no idea you were here."
Yeah.
Um, and so to me, that's kind of like I kind of like hearing that. It kind of
Yeah.
gives me hope because there's a lot of like
Nude.
opportunity still.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of potential. But it also reminds me that we still have a lot of marketing work to do
Oh,
because
absolutely.
we're here, but and there's more noise than ever, in media,
Yeah.
you well know.
For
Um,
sure. We've seen a back to basics working really well for suburban and small town marketing because of the fact that it's so saturated with some of the online advertising opportunities and things that when they go back to basics and they do mailers or even I can think about those welcome wagon packets, that just when you get, especially in the suburbs where you're always getting new developments, new neighborhoods coming in. We've definitely seen those kinds of successes. And then of course text and email is still, text works as long as you're consistent with it. People know that they're going to get a text on Thursday at 3 p.m., then they're really excited about it.
Well, we've tried almost everything so far
Hmm.
since we've opened the brick and mortar. We've done a billboard,
Oh,
we've done
nice.
mailers, just one round, and so many other things. I mean, I've had my staff go and
Yeah.
door knockers on people,
Yeah.
you know, um,
Besides social, what's resonated with your market? What's really worked?
nothing outside of social has really
Nothing. Nothing's really
worked.
hit. It's like
Really,
I'm gonna try this and I'm gonna try this. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
It's, I think that there's been probably some impact, but it hasn't been anything super meaningful for us. The most
Hmm.
meaningful advertising that we've done has been like basically trying to just go after people one by one,
Yeah.
like find figure out who our like ideal customer is, and then find those people on Instagram and send them a message saying, hey, come try our pizza, show them this
Hmm.
message, for a free pizza. Just come in and try it, no strings attached,
Yeah.
and just try to win them over one by one. I'm taking this class with Mike Bosch right
Oh
now,
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
and he is really big on this sort of like go like snipe after people in marketing instead of shotgun,
Hmm.
um, because you're just like if you try to do mass
Yeah.
media on like TV or radio or whatever, it's so hard to track the ROI, I
Yeah,
think.
for sure.
Um,
Absolutely.
it's an independent, it's just I don't even know if there is a way to really track,
Yeah.
unless you attach like a discount code to it and then you can
Yeah.
track it that way, but that can get
Yeah. And then
funky.
that gets into couponing and,
Yeah,
do you want to be in a position where you're a couponer, that's not somewhere like pizzerias typically want to be, especially independents.
right, right.
Um, well, what was I going to ask you? Oh, so as far as the strategy goes, it sounds like you've now got every day covered as far as unique opportunities to bring in new people or bring in consistent regulars.
Mhm.
So what's going to be your focus now moving forward with that strategy?
Well, it's I'm focusing, I think, on attempting to automate the marketing,
Hmm.
because I'm just spending so much time on it.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you
like
using AI at all? Or are you
yeah,
streamlining with AI?
I'm getting to a point where I'm building something meaningful with AI. I think I had
Hmm.
been using it for a couple of years on like copy generation stuff,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
but we have to be super careful because the subscription fees
yeah,
will eat you alive if you're not careful and selective on which of these tools you need, I
yeah.
think, my
Yeah, I
opinion.
bet. I bet that's where AI can, some of those tools can get you because you are paying an add-on subscription fee sometimes for different services with any tech, any companies you go with. It seems like, because they've got to make their money too.
Yeah, and like
So
these little like 199 a month,
yeah.
399 a month,
Yeah,
whatever,
and they all add up,
add up. Yeah.
It's like your subscriptions to movie and TV. I mean, how many of those do we have? And we were complaining that cable cost, $50,
I know.
and
I
then now we pay, I don't
know.
know, 90 or 100 in
I know.
in subscriptions to services, right?
I keep reading that like humans are not rational creatures, and
I would agree.
keep seeing so much data that backs that up. But but yeah, I think I feel like you had just asked me something and I was gonna
Oh, it
and
was just about like the tech forward kind of initiatives that you had
yeah,
with how you're moving forward.
I think AI is super important right now. I think that's getting to be pretty apparent and obvious.
Hmm.
I think that there's a lot of like a lot of a lot of things in the tech world that if we don't embrace, we're going to get left behind.
Yeah.
Especially in this industry where things are just moving so fast and there's so much competition.
Yeah.
I think embracing AI to give you any kind of an edge
Yeah.
is really smart, because this business, it's like we we go down by like death by a thousand cuts.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
any little edge you can get, I think is important to take advantage of.
Yeah, and when we think about generations, I'm Gen X, but anyway, but I look at Gen Y and alphas. The alphas are coming up. They're getting ready to start work. They're getting ready to start jobs. So I mean, they've got a couple years, but they're coming up, and people don't seem to think that Gen Y is as old as they are, but I mean they're grown-ups. They're doing the world. So how do you reach them without tech when they've only known technology? They've only known a digital forward environment.
And that's it goes for the employee side too, I think.
Mhm. Yeah, well, for sure.
Like this generation um of employees really wants to work in an environment where there's like a digital ecosystem.
Hmm.
Um, and when I hire someone like a 25-year-old and tell them to download 4 apps, they don't blink twice.
Yeah.
Uh, and I think that's the direction that we're headed. I
Yeah.
think people, the younger generations like being connected, and like
Hmm.
having things at their fingertips, and like the efficiency of digital.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, and so I think that's where things are going. I think it's all just AI is it's just an efficiency tool ultimately.
Absolutely. Well, man, you've just I love what you're doing. Just, keep up with your strategies because it's really going to pay off for you guys. Especially the fact that you're almost doubling your numbers on those lower days. That's amazing.
We'll see if we
Um,
can keep it up. It's
yeah,
every year there's a new cycle of things that I learn
challenges.
how the business goes. So it's like we're just trying to stay ready at all times, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, keep me posted on what you have going and where you're headed.
I'm
And
just
we'll
thrilled that you were open to talking to me. I just
Yeah, no, I think it's a cool idea. And this is one thing I tell everyone. I was like, if you're doing something innovative or you're doing something that you want to share with other pizzeria operators that is important and you think could help them, I really I would love to get 1,000 emails a day on that. I mean that never gets old is getting real data from operators on what they're going through and how they're finding success. So,
I think
I
a lot of operators are probably already doing something like this. I mean, I didn't coin
no, no, not at
idea,
all.
but I definitely think that there's opportunity for independent owners, that they may not see right now.
Yeah,
And I'd love to help people see it if they have the potential there. So
that's awesome. Well, that is great. Well, thank you so much for taking time today with me. So I
yeah, thank
really
you.
appreciate it, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Okay, thank you,
All
Denise.
right, thanks. Bye bye.